Most of you that know me will realize that I am a ham radio operator, or amateur radio operator. On the morning of June 2nd, 2015, I met some of the local amateur radio operators for breakfast before we drove over to Pearl Harbor.
Anytime, just tell me your call and your name.
Okay. Well, the name's Ray Fabre, and call sign is Whiskey, Honolulu 6, Alpha Sugar Whiskey.
Super. And you're
Hi,
Bill.
I'm KH6BB, Bill Osborne, and I live on Sunset Beach here.
Super. And
Jim, A60Y.
right. You got it on your hat, that's good.
Bill, KH600.
Willie, November Hotel 6 X-Ray Delta.
Thank you, guys. Wow. Are you all coming to the Missouri, or just some of you just here for breakfast?
Well,
Just here for breakfast.
I think I'll probably go out with you just to see what's happening, but I don't think much is. So.
Okay.
You're going to be operating, right?
Yeah, yes I am. Yeah, thanks. Okay, well, we'll see some of you later then. So here we are, about to enter the radio room of the Missouri.
You want to get on IRLP, I guess, right? Got a note up where he lives.
Oh, okay.
That's all right.
No, I'll move out of the way.
And I suppose this is the, this is just the VHF UHF station. The VHF is back over there, obviously.
If you want to, it's hooked up. If you want to get your IRLP station, you can.
I'm just going to text a friend and tell him what HF frequency we're on at some point here. Maybe this is the HF station.
That's HF.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just fooling around.
Oh, I thought maybe you made a contact already, Ray.
So in this room, the only thing that we have from 1945 are these radio receivers, and these were serialized to this ship's radio room in 1945, being held by an amateur radio group in Bremerton, Washington, and they've graciously allowed us to have them out here on display. So this is the only part of the radio room other than the amateur radio equipment that the ship's historian allows us to deviate from what a photograph of this room was in 1985. So when you look around at the bays of equipment that are installed here, these are replica pieces of equipment we have taken off of ships being decommissioned at Pearl, reinstalled in positions that they originally occupied in the 1985 photograph. So what we have here is a living museum. That's the only thing that allows us to run an amateur radio station here. And when the room came, because the Navy, when it puts ships into mothballs, it strips all of the equipments out that it can. So when it bring it out of mothballs, it can be easily put back into service by restoring equipment rather than spending time taking it out. So that's the job that we took on as a radio amateur group, was to put radio equipment back in here in its original working order. So everything that's in the bays works. This room would have been occupied by about 25 sailors in 1945, manning positions like you see on the photographs here, if you can get a picture of that at all. And in 1985, when they upgraded to missile status, the ship, they would have had about maybe down to 10 operators maximum. The only computer that we've got in here from 1985 vintage are these two here, and 16K of memory. I'm guessing some of your smart watches have more memory than that. This is our Gibson Girl. This is one of our radio devices that was deployed in the earlier days to go out in life rafts. And it was called a Gibson girl because in the early 1900s, a guy by the name of Gibson had a catalog, and he always used shapely girls to do it. And the way this thing worked was, if you're supposed to sit on the floor, but if I did that, you'd have to help me out. But you put this thing between your legs and crank it, so it had a nice shape, and they affectionately called this a Gibson girl.
So that was what, for putting out a distress signal?
Yeah. You had to crank this thing until the light came on. So, and in the kit, there were several different types of antennas that could be deployed so that this feeble signal could be received. And I always like to mention that you've been in battle now for many, many hours and whatever, and you're thrown out into the sea, whether it's from a ship or from a plane, and you're going to sit there and crank this for very long. I don't think so.
Well, Gibson girl. Okay.
Here, this is our facilities connection room. Again, all of these bays have been restored with the equipment that we found in other ships being decommissioned here at Pearl. And this room is where they made the connections between the receiving apparatus there and the transmitters that are 2 decks below us, and the various receiving antennas and transmitting antennas that are out on the main deck. This is the hard line that we have installed between here and our disc cage antenna. That's our primary operating antenna.
What size is that?
It's an inch and 3/4. I'm not sure. I'd have to get them.
That's bigger than I've seen before. I've seen a ½ inch, and what's the other? Something.
I don't know. I probably got it wrong. I should probably get a
big anyway.
A ruler.
So that's got to be some pretty nice low loss.
We got.
How long is?
680 feet.
That's a lot of run to an antenna that has no gain, probably. Eh?
No gain, probably.
And with 100 watts.
With 100 watts.
Well, it's amazing we get it at all, isn't it?
Well, just goes to prove it isn't all in the power or any of those kinds of things. And of course they ask, why don't we put up a proper antenna, ham antenna? And of course the answer is, this is a museum ship, and that would not be part of it.
Well, I've got some questions about that disc cone, but let's wait until we go outside and see it, okay?
Yeah. This is, we call this our Coke machine, and for us old-timers it kind of looks like a Coke machine. This was an encrypted link, voice link, only between this room and the Admiral, or Combat Information Center as we call it today. So there had been a red phone up there and a red phone here, and this was the only way they passed messages. Prior to this, there would have been Marine runners that would have taken messages from the door, passed through the window, and they would have run them up to the Combat Information Center. Anyway.
Well, let me just ask you, why did they choose a disc cone antenna on the battleships? I've noticed they're not just here, but on many other ships. Why something with no gain, no direction finding ability, probably?
Well, they didn't have to tune it, right? The tuning was significantly enhanced. There were tuners on it, but being broadband, they could easily put it to any frequency they wanted. They didn't have to worry about directional characteristics, and it could handle a significant amount of power.
Oh, okay. So I had a disc cone, of course, a very small one for a scanner, and I thought because the scanner, of course, was quite a broad receiver, that maybe a disc cone would be a practical antenna for it, you know? No, it really just increased my ability to receive intermod. But, you know, with no direction ability, I think that wouldn't they want that? They want to try to pinpoint where signals are coming from?
This was for broadcast back to fleet, and you can't always position the ship in a favorable position to get that beam to where you thought it was. Today, of course, they use satellites, don't they?
Yeah. There's no way they could have modified this so that each of the elements could have become separately active, and then they could have.
Well, if you notice
Doppler.
If you notice, the cage is folded up at the bottom, and there's a ring of wires at the bottom.
Right.
They're different lengths for different frequencies to give it its broadband effect.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Being a guest radio operator on the USS Missouri was a real thrill for me, having contacted it from my home station in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada on February 14th, 2003 on a 17-meter frequency range.
Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo.
Is that Kilowatt Bravo Bravo?
Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Over.
Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Thanks for the call. You're 5 and 8 USB, and my name is Joe QSL.
Roger. Thanks very much, Joe. This is Murray, Mike, Uniform Romeo Alpha Yankee. You're 5 and 9 here. I'm the guest operator on the USS Battleship Missouri in Pearl Harbor. Over.
Roger, QSL. Thank you very much for the report, and thanks for the call. Wish you good DX. Kilo Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Hotel Alpha E Delta Mike.
Right, 7-3. Thank you.
Good job.
USS Hotel Alpha E David Mike.
Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Roger, Roger. It's Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Over.
No, Roger, let me know you're being told to you. Kilo Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. I got you 5-5, but the beam is starting, so perhaps they're going to get you a little bit stronger. My name is Andy. Alpha November Delta Yankee. Alpha November Delta Yankee. Thank you, Kilo Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo. Listen, the Sugar Papa 9, Kilo Radio, over.
Yeah, Sugar Papa 9 Kilo Radio. You have a great signal now. You're 5 and 9, Andy, on the USS Missouri in Pearl Harbor. Glad to make your contact here. I'm a guest operator. I worked this station myself over 11 years ago, so it's a thrill to be here today. The name here is Murray, Mike Uniform Romeo Alpha Yankee. Sierra Papa 9 Kilo Radio. This is Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo on the USS Missouri. Over.
Yeah, Roger there, Murray, on the USS Missouri. USS Missouri in Hawaii. I believe they want you under my Canadian call sign. I'm sure that they want you under my Canadian call sign. A few years back, my Canadian call sign is Victoria America 3, Papa Lima. Victoria America 3, Papa Lima. I just come back to Poland after being away for 30 years living in Canada. You are 57 there, Murray, QSL.
Roger, Roger, the 5 and 7, Andy. Very good. Yeah, Victor Alpha 3 Papa Lima. That sounds familiar too. I can't be sure, but my home call is Victor Echo 5 Mike Charlie. Victor Echo 5 Mike Charlie, and I'm from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So yeah, we may have run across you under a different call sign at some time. So, but I'm glad you picked me up today here. You're just my second contact here so far today. Lovely day here on the island of Oahu. So thanks very much for the contact. I'll like to make some more. And aloha, over.
You know, Murray, very good, Murray. Your personal call, VE5 Mexico Charlie. Very good, Murray.
Bravo, Bravo. Calling CQ and listening, over. The Zulu 9 Delta X-ray again, over. 3 Zulu 9 Delta X-ray. Got you 5 and 9. Thanks for the call. Welcome aboard the Missouri, over. It's 3 Zulu 9 Delta X-ray. This is Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo, over.
Yeah, look, I did your phone, but it was just phone like completely hacked and completely signal. I got the 594 and still forward and then it was from Delta on my left.
Okay, Don, very much. Thanks for the call, and the handle here is Murray, Mike Uniform Romeo Alpha Yankee. This is Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo, Kilowatt Hotel 6 Bravo Bravo on the USS Missouri in Pearl Harbor, Georgia. Sugar Papa 5 again, over. Sugar Papa 5, Sugar Papa 5 again. Sugar Papa 9 Quebec, question mark Papa. I got the missing letter there. Sugar Papa 9 Quebec, question mark Papa. Over. Okay, let's see if I got the call correct now. Sugar Papa 9 Quebec, Mike Papa. Sugar Papa 9 Quebec, Mike Papa. Is that correct? Over. Okay, got it. 5 and 5. You're also 5 and 5 here on the USS Missouri in Pearl Harbor. Thank you for calling. Over. Radio Delta question mark Hotel Zulu again. Over. Oh, I still didn't get it there. There's a little QSB there. Again, the Radio Delta question mark Hotel Lima. Over. Or Hotel Zulu rather. Okay, Radio Delta 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Radio Delta 4, Hotel Zulu, over. Roger that. Okay, very good. I got 5-3. I'll give you a 5-3 as well, my friend. And yeah, the name here is Murray. Mike, Uniform Romeo, Romeo, Alpha Yankee. I'm on the USS Missouri Battleship in Pearl Harbor. Over. Okay, I've got Radio Delta 4 Hotel Zulu. Radio Delta 4 Hotel Zulu. Is that correct? Oh, okay, 5 and 3 as well. 5 and 3 as well, over. 7-3, thank you. 7-3. Okay, I got a November 0. Not too sure. November 05, hotel, let me say this again. November 0, Sugar Hotel Mexico. November 0, Sugar Hotel Mexico, I think. Go ahead. Okay, November 0, Sugar, Mexico. November 0, Sugar, Mexico. You got the 5 and 5. I'll give you a 5 and 3. 5 and 3, over. Okay, yeah, thanks very much for the call in, Steve, was it? Yeah, I need bifocals. Okay, Steve, thanks for coming back. A little bit of QSB there, but we have you in the log, and thanks for calling. November 0, Sugar, Mexico. This is Kilowatt Hotel 6, Bravo, Bravo, QRZ.